already advanced. Excuse me. So briefly, this is my background. I'll just bring it on the screen. You can connect. I think one of the thing I always told students in India and most of the time is that maximize your LinkedIn presence. If you're connected to me, you will see a lot of stuff online, a lot of publications you'll be able to read because I generally do a lot of work in that space. And so further down below here, I'll have my LinkedIn. I'll come back to this side. This is my LinkedIn profile if you want to copy and connect with me. This is not just related to anything you want to ask question, right from the universities in US to any other ideas you need, what to do, and what's the current environment looks like. Feel free to reach out. Current environment here is not that great. I think you guys may be knowing much, but this is always what you call cyclic kind of thing. It will all recover within a span of next 1 year once the interest rates are down. Our focus today is give an idea of how the cybersecurity market looks like and kind of understanding. One of the biggest thing which we normally see in India, let me just quickly bring the screen. If you're good, you can take a photograph of the screen. This is the way you can connect with Sagarika. This is the connect you can Shweta. This is my number. You can reach out to me on WhatsApp and feel free to connect me on LinkedIn also. That's the best way to do, or email me also. I'll reply you. Speaking about CSC Council, that's a csccouncil.org. Sorry, I need to change it from COP to .org basically. So Instagram and also you can check it out. Let's straight go to the career in cybersecurity. Why we're speaking about cybersecurity today? Somebody's video is on in between. Let's try to test it. Cybersecurity career. We started this webinar. We already did somewhere we are +4, +5. We are on the 5th webinar. This is your very first webinar. So we are starting with the beginner side. And just to give an idea, I visited a couple of colleges in India and try to understand how much people are doing in the space of cybersecurity. And out of 125 people, I found only 1 or 2 people are really able to say that they are involved in that. Whereas the job market is really, 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 really good in India. As far as cybersecurity is concerned, we have a division which is in recruiting. And we today also, one of the company reached out to yesterday that we want 70 people in cybersecurity space, and we do not get people. Literally, we do not have those people who are experienced with 3 to 4 years are fetching very high salaries. There is a tremendous shortage of the people. So we literally grab people from other companies and place it in other companies. But the net new add is a new capital or new human capital in cybersecurity is very limited. We studied also what could be the problem, and then we decided we start working with the colleges. Another tendency of the cybersecurity is that technical. People feel that cybersecurity is highly technical because they normally get into the technical space of ethical hackers. That's what, or cybersecurity, which is promoted by the corporations in US who have cybersecurity products and they need technical people. I think that technical part of cybersecurity maybe is 1/3 or 1/5, I would say, and the rest of the 40% is a non-technical part. So if you are not an engineer or not a computer engineer, and you are from the other discipline, you are even from the commerce or MBA management, there is a lot for you to do in this space. So this one of the reasons of this webinar to encourage the people from all disciplines to be part of cybersecurity. Simple risk management have hundreds and thousands of jobs. Risk management discipline is not matured in India, but the core of entire cybersecurity is risk management. So whether it's enterprise risk management, IT risk management, IT security risk management, financial risk management, legal risk management, privacy risk management, you name it. This is a discipline can get you the job by just doing the risk management itself. Many people will go towards the coding, Java and all that. The salaries in cybersecurity are much, much higher today. On your screen, there is a kind of a snapshot of Economic Times or the cybersecurity venture. This is all Indian research, which has predicted so many jobs. like cybersecurity ventures predict 3 million jobs to open by 2025. Even if 3 point not 3.5, even there's a 1 million, we do not have that many people. We basically are getting maybe 5,000, 6,000 savvy people in the market. Rest of them are coming with the background of some kind of ethical hacking, but they cannot understand the report. They cannot interpret the report. So I'll just quickly go to the next screen. Don't want to read everything. What's happening in the market? Security analyst salary. It's quite common now in the market that somebody with a 3 to 4 years experience asking more than 10 lakhs currently. That's what's the market is currently happening. So salaries are very high, and Glassdoor, pay scale. I think these are the correct numbers I could see in the market. You will fetch immediately if you go into these areas. And if you look at security analysts, cyber security analysts, these are not just technical position. These are also non-technical position, but title remains the same. Uh, Building a successful cybersecurity. This is a question normally I get as to how do I get into cybersecurity career? So those who basically want to understand how we can acquire the necessary skill, build a strong online presence, attend cybersecurity meetups and conferences, apply for internship or entity level position, continuously update your skill, network activity, adapt to new technologies. I'm not going to repeat, guys. Go take a photograph of the screen, but at this stage, you should be self-learning and you should be able to understand based on the given information how to read through or how to get more details about it. Feel free to reach out. Necessary skills, the word necessary means is that don't be lopsided. Do not try to focus on one area. You should understand the subject matter thoroughly. Do not jump to the conclusion. If somebody says, we'll give the internship, we'll give you this and we'll give that, so study that one. I have seen the internship pattern currently, and I do not understand why that internship is so lopsided too. So fundamentals, basics are very critical. Doesn't matter you do technical, non-technical security, certain things you have to have. As an interviewer, we are only interested in solving the problem, the number of the degrees you have. Can you solve my problem? You will get hired. Probably most of the main universities in the US market always try to see application skills, how much you are able to apply, how much practical knowledge you have, what kind of research you have done in the space, and what papers, blogs, white papers you have in the space. So again, I use the word blogs and white papers. So you can't do this alone. You need to collaborate. You need to form the groups, and such groups will allow you to excel. Okay. If somebody's camera is on, can you switch off your camera, please? So can you take care of that? And otherwise, remove him and tell him, add him again.
Yes, sir.
Hmm. Okay. Shweta, can you do that quickly? Okay. So apply for internship or entity level positions. Uh, Attend cybersecurity meetups and conference. I'm not seeing much activity. I've seen the big conferences happening in India. They cost a ton of money. They're very marketing oriented, not the knowledge oriented. And some of them have really, really good content. I don't want to be saying that, hey, this is not right or wrong, but you need to choose what you need to see. Okay. So that's something which you need to focus, and we'll go from there. Hey, gentlemen, your camera is on, sir. Can you switch it off, please? Thank you. Then coming back to the next one, next slide. What are the career? I'm spending time here. We'll come to the, I know how to use time wisely. So within the next 2 minutes, we'll go to the subject. What are the position, mid-career, senior level, security leader, entry level? So I speak with a lot of people. There is a lady called Patty Ball here, and I spoke with her saying that, hey, if somebody wants to choose a job, somebody wants to apply for the job, what should you do first? And they always say that do their marketing analysis. Find out what's the job you want to be in, and find out what positions of interest to you. That will allow you to design your resume accordingly. So uh, one of the thing is that self understanding of yourself, what you want, what you like, what you're interested in. and then also doing bit of a market analytics as to the what market looks like. So this slide is from that perspective. Understand what position you want to be in, and each of this position has a different what do you call that specialization. So person with the BCP, business continuity and disaster recovery analysis, can specialize in that subject very heavily, as well as there are a lot of technologies available in that space. So there is always a job in BCP DR. There's always a job in SOC analysis, because most of the companies in India are putting a lot of SOC shops there. So you have good market there. Let me just quickly move to the career of yours. What we are offering, I'll quickly grab. That's not the intention, guys. You study better anywhere, but understand what you need. You need a fundamentals. So when we go to CSC Council, we are trying to introduce the course right from the day one. We understand the market. We know all the certification companies, and why are we doing differently? Because we know where to focus right from the day one when we interview. So there are two foundation courses which are really the backbone of everything you do in the cybersecurity. Module 2, understanding cyber attacks, and going for that is a technical module where you need a lab, 100% lab. I'll recommend people who like to write the script, coding, and all. Those are the people. That's what ethical hackers will come into. That's it. That's the only portion I would say, whatever you do, ethical hacking course falls within that. The rest of the knowledge base completely is not available. So that's the one we are adding. Incident management, privacy, business continuity, designing security controls. Designing security controls, there are hundreds and thousands of jobs available in the market. They're more like international in nature. So today you want to get hired by the big four, big tens, probably you are looking at security controls. That's the area where there are lots of jobs available too. Then we have the next one, which is the risk management. That's also you can look into it, which I already mentioned. Uh, Typical curriculum, which I'll stay away from it right now. This is all in-person teaching so that you get the basics, and some of these are hybrid in nature. So I'll just skip through and just start the main portion of the webinar today. So as I promised, I'll start in 2 minutes. I here on this one. Uh, when you enter the cybersecurity career, one of the important thing is the basics, and the basics of cybersecurity start with that CIA, confidentiality, integrity, availability, and I'll add risk management as one of the area where you really try to achieve what you want to do. The backbone of cybersecurity is unauthorized access, use, disclosure, disruption, modification, destruction. When you say destruction is availability, when you say modification is integrity, again, disruption is about availability, disclosure, again, confidentiality, use is confidentiality, unauthorized access is confidentiality. So again, it boils down to confidentiality, integrity, and availability. We use this acronym as CIA. Most of the time when we speak among the cybersecurity community, we'll just say, hey, where you stand on the CIA side. That's what confidentiality, integrity, and availability is about. Next important sentence, that information security is achieved through the implementation of technical, managerial, and operational measures. So do you have a technical piece? Do you have a managerial piece? And do you have operational piece involved in that aspect of the security? Quickly, and I see, guys, you'll have a chance to ask me hundreds of questions. I generally take all the questions. In your career, you must understand why you want to get into this space. Many people are now driven by artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, and driven by the machine learning and all. At the end of the day, machine learning, as you guys should know, it's a line of best fit, regression analysis, correlation, find the right answer by looking at hundreds and thousands of answers given, just that. But the biggest job market is AI security. AI is equally good for writing the program, and the AI is equally dangerous too, because that much is the faster rate of the attacks can happen. People will be able to do the codes, much more damaging codes using AI. So there is a huge market for the cybersecurity, and the AI knowledge is required in that space too. And very surely the market will start looking at that change very soon. Uh, Almost every college I've spoken with, they have started the AI. We also want to be in AI space, but then question is that we are doing with 100% labs. So our AI curriculum starts with the 100% labs from day one. So you basically are doing everything in the lab. As far as AI is concerned, our AI course is 100% remote because all our labs are in US. So you are be logging into the labs from the day one and working from that. As far as your securities program is concerned, some of them is from US, some of them is from India, but many of our labs are going to be both US and India. Plus, we have tied with the companies where you will be able to do that, everything together. So, sorry about that, guys. Hold on a second. So, coming back to the point of labs, even in the case of the cybersecurity, you will have a lot of use cases to work on. And that's the focus, basically, not just understanding the subject and writing the exam. I think probably there is no exam for you. It's going to be all write-ups and papers. So read, understand, ensure compliance with the corporate information security policy, protect and be good steward, immediately report on information security industry, information security applies. So I just want to go with the generic ways of interpretation here. As far as cybersecurity program is concerned, your focus is almost on all the findings. We call it what is the output of the cybersecurity to find out what's going bad, what's wrong. One thing we should all know that we probably all of us are hacked. It just we don't know about it.
Wait.
Excuse me, guys. Can you mute?
Workplace and risk. There
Excuse
are
me.
4 types of
Excuse me.
employees whose puts
Can you please unmute yourself?
Can you mute it from your side, everyone?
I changed the security, sir, and nobody can unmute themselves.
That's okay. Good. Thank you. Don't worry. That was Sheikh Parvez. Okay. Guys, so coming back to the, sorry about that. So coming back to the area of cybersecurity is all about application, all about gaps, all about findings. Running your tools will give the findings, but that's not the end in itself. We always look for that one who can find a solution in the cybersecurity projects. Anything you want to do is all about finding the solution, fixing the problem. Many times, as I mentioned, that when the hacker is inside your system, he's there, he's just sitting for the right access. So most of the time, we should believe that we are basically hacked. All that they are waiting for that privilege access, which will allow us to damage. What privilege access means is that those kind of super access whereby they can get access to the database programs, passwords of almost all the employees, privacy data, wherever they find a value. We also have challenges with the people. When people hack, there are different objectives. This could be political motive, this could be money motive. So most of the ransomware will be money motive. There are 4 types of employees who put the workplace at risk, or in general, what we call it, insider attacks are the most common attacks. Sometimes they are known person, or sometimes they are the people who have left the organization, and also sometimes people are unknown to them. They may have some access to the companies. It's quite common that many people have a backend or root access to many of the programs, like for example, AWS. You have third-party support, third-party people have a root access, and when these people leave, you'll find that most of these people have access from anywhere they go around the world. So that is some kind of a security issue. So security software known as very little about the security and poses a threat using the computer. Gadget geeks comes to work armed with a variety of devices. So people plug in all those gadgets to your computer is always dangerous. Third one is squatter, uses company resources, IT resources properly, downloading from the website. And the last one is saboteur, which hacks into the areas with the restricted access. In fact, this is with the knowledge people are doing with the purpose. So these are the types of the people which you are. Out of that, the most dangerous people, those people who don't know what they're trying to do, and people with the soft knowledge or little knowledge tries to hack. And it's very dangerous. It's very easy to find out people who are causing challenges in the cybersecurity space. Okay. Let me just quickly touch base on the hackers. Hackers have been known to create the funny websites, which takes very funny websites, which is basically spoofing what is called funny websites. Yesterday only, I was speaking in India with one of the large companies, well-known brand. And always what happened is that this brand has so much of presence in India that people subscribe to their training programs, wellness programs, 6 months, 8 months in advance. So there is a quite common fraud which is going on. There are very parallel websites being created, which we call it spoofing, or sometimes URL spoofing, whereby the people are paying, but they are actually not paying to the original company. So when after 6 months they go on site for that program, they don't find their names, the money has already lost. But after 6 months, they don't even have access to anything. Now we are trying to find a solution to this problem. So this is what you get when you are actually in this world. So I always say to the people who wants to go into the soft security side, now is this a security problem? But in cybersecurity, you always define people, process, and technology. There could be people problem, there could be process problem, there could be technology problem. And it's never a technology first, it's always people, process, technology. It's not a technology, process, people. So anyone who wants to get into the space of anything we do, you must understand, look at the people, look at the process, look at the technology, supporting those processes. So that's how we approach any problem when it comes to the cybersecurity. Simple messages which you receive on the emails, which is quite common way of where to get. So if you're on the laptop, if you're in any of the system, your colleges are normally creating program of awareness, and those awareness programs are always dedicated towards the phishing. First thing which happens is in the world of anything happening in your computer, this is mostly entry point, which is a common entry point is your emails, or as well as your websites. Sometimes you go on the website, you click something knowingly, unknowingly, and there are trends of this website where you can easily familiarize yourself, which is unfamiliar sender identity. You are not familiar with the URL, never open it. If you are expecting that your college has sent a notice to you saying that if you do not do something by tomorrow, your access will go away, that's a threat. If you have a threat, do not even reply, do not even click, directly call that phone number of your college and speak with them. Is this a correct email from you? Otherwise, you should not act, because most of the time, hackers know the trends. Either they offer a good amount of money, which is abnormal, good gifts, good promises, something abnormal, something which is very threatening. These are the threats of the people when they send the email. If you find anything extraordinary which you're not used to it, that hey, if you do not change your password today, your access is gone. You probably lose your exam if you do not do something today. All these are driving factors behind this particular thing. In those particular case, first thing you have to look at is email ID. Make sure that email ID is, you copy that email ID and paste it on your Word document to see if there is anything hidden there. The second thing is message URL. Always you will find the longest URL anywhere seen in the world. That is another indication. They are never short URLs. Threatening using their account, any type of threats, then that's always going to be there. Signature is never correct, help desk or something like that. These are the common threats. Why we bring this up in discussion with you under this one? Because this is one of the area where everyone makes a mistake. I receive 20, 30 emails. My chances of clicking this email, despite this knowledge, is very high. Generally, even with the knowledge of cybersecurity, once in 6 months, I also get into this problem of clicking something which is not correct. So you will always be alert about this issue. This is another one area which you have to see, that link which is always given is always the longest link. You have to find out that link, and that's never related to your organization. So if you have a university email, that will be university link. You will see documents dash your universityname.com. That doesn't mean that's your university page. Always make sure that your page is proper. UPS office tracking and all those kind of things, you should be very careful. So here are the most common offenders in the areas of virus, rootkits, malicious crypto mining, rootkit, keylogger, backdoors. Do not have much time to explain everything, but some of this will need a technical solution. Some of them need is always a process solution. Not necessarily you have to touch technology at all. Okay. Keep dropping questions based on what you have. Just type the question in the chat and we'll surely address most of this question you have. Malware and malicious software is an umbrella term that describes any malicious program code that is harmful, drop, malware delivery by another malware rendered in the system. Quite common, guys. I would say that this is something you probably have it in your laptop. So first thing is that reimage the laptop, clean up the laptop, take up all the temporary files. That's something you should do very frequently. always advisable for the people for your personal computers too. Refers to the malware that currently favors at least two vectors: mal spam, network, malvertisement, any advertisement which has a malware inside it. That's called malvertisement. And this is quite common where the malware, I'll not go too much in detail, just try to make you aware of the terms which are being used. Phishing attacks is another common thing. A lot of people will use phishing attacks for many purposes, and be careful. Most of the charities make use of the phishing attacks, holidays, economic concern. You will find lots of email coming to you after the natural disaster to raise the money. You probably are not paying money to the right people. Umbrella of the phishing attacks, all those kind of attacks fall under the one category, which is social engineering. You should be aware of social engineering aspect of it, and that's where most of the attacks are being happening. I quickly want you to read this one and just try to see if you're getting it. So drop a note for the peak calls I'm getting from my offices. So a social engineer is a hacker who uses brain instead of computer. Hackers call data centers and pretend to be customers who have lost their password. Everything you do falls under the social engineering, like we call it wishing, smishing, all those kind of different types of the areas. And I just go to the next screen so that you can really see the example as to how this happens. You actually get a call from the help desk, need to run an update your computer. Please visit this so and so website, what to do. This is a very common form of social engineering. You get a call which comes and you try to address those calls. Types of the social engineering attacks: baiting, quid pro quo, piggybacking, pretesting, phishing. And under the phishing, you have wishing, smishing, and all those kind of things. There are different kind of things. We may not go into the granular details, but most of the people, when you fail, if you are being attacked, you fell to the social engineering attack. Social engineering comes in the form of people. Jamtara is one of the example of social engineering where you get the calls, but understand it's not a one hand and clap. You need two hands to clap. They always receive some database from somewhere, some source telling that these are the people with the right balances, right income, in right account. So everybody has to have a source. People are never going to attack you if you do not have anything to offer. If you don't have anything, you will never face a problem. What we call in cybersecurity as profiling. Profiling is a very key aspect. No, attackers do not waste time. They don't have time to waste time on somebody who cannot pay. So ransomware attack, probably you may not have problem as a personal, as an individual, but imagine if you have a large sum of money coming to your account, you took some loan, and that information get transferred to somebody, that 30 lakhs, 40 lakhs getting deposited to your account for your home loan tomorrow, correct? That information goes, that may be the right time they'll get into your system, take the money and disappear in the one night. And that has happened with one of our employees too, who kind of like got her husband phone was completely taken over by another system, and they typically took all the entries and they knew when the money came and all that happened. So phone is another thing. I always tell the people, do not do any banking transaction on your phone. Avoid using phone for your banking transaction. Avoid using banking transaction from the Wi-Fi or the internet unknown to you. Do not connect to the public Wi-Fi and do the banking transaction. Never, ever, ever. If you want to pay somebody, you want to do the banking transaction, find a very secured internet in your house or in your office or your college, and make sure you're connecting to the right internet. Otherwise, no, no, no. 99% of the time, your information is being captured. And that's the whole objective of having those free Wi-Fi's which are not secured. And they will tell you they are not secured. Okay. Tailgate signs of discouraging phishing email. Check the correct answers, incorrect grammar, spelling, plain text, absence of logos. So you must have seen during the earlier site, there was a grammatical errors being in the red. And is missing, these missing, that is missing, that is missing. Those are the indicators that you'll find that the grammar and the spelling errors are quite common among the areas of the mails. That's the first indicator. Plain text, absence of logos, that's another one. You didn't initiate the action. You have never requested the information, still you are receiving the password change request. The message asks for the personal information. Not a single bank will ever ask you personal information by writing the email. They will never. They will just say that get in touch with us. But most of the time, banks do not request anything online. They will never request you to make a changes. You most of the time land up going to the place, to the bank, and you have to do that work. So just keep that in mind. So banks will never, but try to go through your all emails you received from the bank and you see that they're mostly advertising, telling you to get in touch with someone. They will never tell you to make changes online. Then message body is an image. If you have an image inside the messages, that's a problem of the phishing emails. How to detect legit company links matched URLs. Legit companies don't request your sensitive information via email. These are the common threats internationally followed by the organization when they use email for the business purpose. Legit companies usually call you by your name. They will always call you by complete name, Mr. So and so, first name, last name, properly spelled. They will never use a half name. Companies will have domain emails. They will never use Gmails or anything extension email. They properly have a domain, inosec.com, csccouncil.org. Those are the proper domain names. Legit companies know how to spell. They will never make a spelling mistake. If you have a spelling mistake, there's a problem. Companies don't force you to their website. They will never force you to log into some website and do something. Legit companies don't send unsolicited attachment. Now, if you are receiving emails like this one from any organization you belong, take the screen print of this one and send it to them saying that, can you please follow these threads so that we know how to differentiate from phishing emails. So companies should follow. You have to educate your organization. You have to educate the people in your organization that, hey, this is how we know that you are right person or wrong person. If they're doing anything like that, that means that companies, people had or their processes are not matured enough to take care of cybersecurity. Let's go quickly, threats and attacks. I have a lot of people who have come with the ethical hacking, and one of the first question I asked them that, define me the OSI layers and tell me what's happening at what OSI layers. They can't. Many of the people are not exposure to the OSI layer because they don't know what happens. This is nothing but the structure of what comes from your cable, how you're able to see it on your screen, and whatever you send it from your screen, from your UI, UX, what you see on the screen, front end, how does that get traveled to the people? And you get attacked in every layer. So your application, presentation, session, transport, network, data, physical, attacks can happen in any layer. There are specialization of the attackers. Some attackers are very specialized in hijacking, some are in phishing, some are in reconnaissance, and some are in man in the middle, some are in spoofing, some are in sniping. Based on their expertise, they will attack you, and based on your faults in your organization, they will exploit it. If you're not good at data link layer, your most of the attacks are going to be data link layer. You will never see much of a phishing attack there because they already found the problem with you. They are not going to waste their time. Not going to spend too much time. This is what we go teach. Another thing is about risk management process. I mentioned you are another area where the non-technical knowledge will come into play. Nothing you do in cybersecurity is valid if you do not know the risk. You are not going to solve every problem in cybersecurity. If your impact of the problem is only one rupee, 10 rupees, 20 rupees, 1 lakh, and your company with a multi-billion dollar, multi-crore company, you probably are not going to spend your resources solving the problem of 1,000 rupees or lakh rupees. You are more interested in solving the bigger problem. So without risk management, you cannot prioritize. If you do not have risk management discipline, that means you're never ready for cybersecurity. So what it does mean that every cybersecurity person who exists in the organization either must have the risk management level or must depend on the risk management department. So you probably are the first point of contact that when I have something, I first want to evaluate what is the risk. I want to know what is the impact. And then I decide, should I spend my entire company resources on this problem, or I should prioritize my problems and solve the problems. So risk prioritization is one of the most important area in any organization, any company. Do not spend your limited resources solving every problem. Or sometimes you may see a problem in one area, you put all the resources that gives the opportunity for the attackers to literally start the attack, which has never happened. He just kind of did something wrong to alert you, and then that was able to open up much more communication, much more areas for you because he was watching you what you're trying to do after that. So think twice. This is a high level chart. It may look easy on the screen, guys, but it's very, very difficult to implement risk management. Also, there are so many frameworks you should be knowledgeable about it. So when you say I'm a specialized risk management guy, guys, you have something excellent knowledge. Okay. I'm I'm going to start QA session within 5 minutes. So I quickly try to do. You can be expert in any of the frameworks. I guarantee you have a job with the multinationals. Any of these frameworks you guys start to be expertise, there is no way company will not hire you. You say that I know this one, I know that one, I know that. So there are jobs, hundreds and thousands and thousands. I will hire the people if I have it right away with this kind of knowledge. Okay, anywhere in the world, basically, I'm speaking about. Okay, you may say that there are not much of a maturity of frameworks in India or not. No, that's not true. Probably you're not aware of it. Question is that GDPR, we have DPDP, data privacy law. Data privacy law is much more very aggressive. 200 crores is the penalty. Every company has to implement it. And there are not many people in data privacy. And that's where the privacy section is about. PII, what is a personally identifiable information stands for? In definition, guys, this is a common definition. PII doesn't mean knowing my name is PII. Knowing my name may be common among the 20,000 people. I may find Shweta and Pandit, Shweta Pandit, almost 10,000 name on the LinkedIn also. So that doesn't help. But if I have Shweta Pandit name, I have a Aadhaar card, I have a location, then taking this three information, I can point out to the right person that, hey, this is Shweta Pandit from Bombay, working with company so and so. Once you are able to identify, so two or more points of information, which helps you identify a person, then that becomes a PII. Single number, single card number, isolation without PIN number and all that doesn't make any sense. So you have to have one or two plus information to identify the person. So maybe Aadhaar card, driver's license, date of birth, name or workplace, something one that more than one helps you to identify a person that becomes PII. That's a standard definition internationally. So combination of credit card, financial, payroll information. I'll just quickly glance through. Uh, DPDP law, which has come in India, has this kind of workflow, has the contents, rights, penalties, obligations, uh, and the penalties go all the way to 500 crores. So maximum penalty is 500 crores. So even there is as an individual, as you guys may not know, as a person, you also have a penalty of 10,000 rupees if you do not follow certain rules. So just keep in mind, every individual also is liable if it doesn't follow certain things, needs to be followed under the law. And that's maximum of 10,000 rupees. This is what DPDP looks like. It may be simple, but it's very, very detailed oriented in any corporation. Companies do not know where the data is lying, starts from there. So there is a technical piece, and then rest of the thing is all manual plus process oriented. And once you have process, then comes the automation. I will not go in details. There is a lot you can do in this space, guys. Here's the penalty of 200 crores. You can see on the color, and on the left corner, non-compliance penalty on data principle. Data principle is nothing but you individuals breach in observance of the use of the data principle. You as an individual have the penalty of 10,000 rupees. Then I won't spend much time how to get the readiness, various options in your life, various careers options. I had shown you earlier too. Various job titles. You already earlier I shown there are plenty of job titles in this space. CC Council, what you do, we focus on this whole experience with you guys. Uh, we also going to have student chapter with exclusivity. Most of the speakers on the student chapter are going to be from internationally, US, Germany, name a country, we work in that space. So also from India, all what we want to bring is all industry leaders, CIOs, CISOs, all C-level people want to bring, and you bring in proximity with you. We want to bring industry close to you people. As a company, we connect extensively well with the international, right from the CIS of Walmart or some people, presidents of the IBM, leaders of the security leaders of the IBM corporations, both as well as outreach to the CIOs in India. We can bring these people, and that's where our student chapter is going to excel, bring industry close, bring international people close, as well as training on how to write a resume, how to get your interviews, how to use the AI to enhance. All this will be part of our program of CSC and the student chapter. All the programs we did, we looked at the market, we saw what is required, and then we started putting it together. These are the certification courses, guys. You quickly want to do something, you can go online. click to one of these courses, study, and you can do your own certification too if you have some basic knowledge. These are all the different titles, certification titles. And guys, I'm ready for your questions. Sagrika, hey guys, thank you so much. I think you guys been patient listeners. We never give you choice to say something, so this is the time. Go ahead.
Yeah, there are a few questions, sir. The first question is, what are some essential tools and resources that cybersecurity professionals should be familiar with?
So guys, first of all, go and have a LinkedIn presence. Whenever I hear this question, and if you want to be in cybersecurity, it doesn't matter cybersecurity, any space, guys. Self-knowledge is the most important knowledge. You want something, you want to get something, you have to get something, then you have to go for it. You have to achieve it. That's the history of our country. Everybody in the country who was a leader actually went for something, tried to find for something. Nothing was available during the British rule. People just started finding their own resources and educating themselves. Schools, colleges, education is the key. So get to the LinkedIn first. You will not ask me this question once you're on LinkedIn. You will find most of the resources there, or go and form a group. First of all, you want to have a collaboration here. Nothing is going to happen individually. So collaborate, get the team together. Let me just bring you guys to the screen where I thought I have some information here, but nevertheless. So that is your starting point, and acquire the necessary skills. That's where we are looking at. You have to do some kind of basic training. It's not just anywhere you want to find the fundamental training, you follow it and get the basic training first. Once you understand the foundation, then the sky's the limit. Because see, many times what happens is that knowledge of interpretation itself is not there. So don't even know what to read. Nearly 90% of the stuff when I read it on the internet on Google is wrong, guys. People are writing anyhow, anything. People are advising. I gave you the example just now that some company was getting 6 months after people will come for the program and they don't have the name because they already hacked, lost the money. And they met somebody 2 days ago and they met a technical company, and the technical company told them, studio, go and upgrade your SEO. What is the SEO? That's your marketing side of it, so that your website always comes on the top and appears on the top, so that people will not go to the wrong website. Forget it. If you are smart in SEO, equally the other person is smart in SEO. Why? Because other person gets some money for doing nothing. If you charge you today 150,000 rupees for that program, all 150,000 is a profit. Whereas the company which is doing this business, out of 150,000, 30,000 is a profit, 120,000 is their expense. So guy with 30,000 can only spend that 30,000 on SEO. The other guy can spend income of two people, 300,000 on SEO, and he can always be on the top. That's not the solution. The solution has to be within the process. Okay, the solution has to be within the people, and solution has to be within the education, probably 20% on technology, 80% on the rest. So this knowledge will not gain it unless and until you basically understand the problem, define the problem. To understand the problem, to define the problem, you must have the basic skills. So always respect our education institution. Many times people ask me question that, why should I study history in this year? Why should I study geography in this year? I think you should look at knowledge as a knowledge. It will help you one way or the other. 100% it will help you one way or the other. So of course, your focus is less on those areas. You basically focus on the genuinely where you want to build a career, not to focus there. But then I won't say that something you learn today is going to be wasted tomorrow. After spending 20, 30 years in this line, out of that, and my history goes, I started from one single room, guys, in the Charles system in Bombay, and it took 30 years to reach here. So you guys have to be very fast, because I never had anybody to guide me. Like this one, I would have achieved much, much faster if I had good guidance. So reach out to me. I can guide you guys. Next one, Sangrika.
This is a question from Aditya. What are the essentials to get placed in your company? Do we need Excel in any cybersecurity, or would you hire a data engineer or a MERN stack developer?
Start publishing white papers, blogs. I don't need to hire you. People will hire you. You have to have brand name of yourself, Aditya. Aditya, people don't get. See, this is one of the things which I learned in the Europe. Marketing is very heavy here. When you are studying, you are in the market and you have to market yourselves. Nobody's going to take take help of yours if you're not a marketable commodity. You don't look for the jobs, jobs should look for you. If you have something exclusive to offer, forget me, anybody will hire. Now, once you have a knowledge, you need to tell the people I have a knowledge. I'm not going to find you. I'm in front of you because I want to market myself. I want to talk to you guys that I'm here to help you. Otherwise, you'll never come to know me, correct? So same thing, you have to get there. I think jobs are there, guys. You just need to be marketable. Do not sit on the back benches and try to see that, hey, why I'm doing, I need to get a degree. Whatever you like to do it with the passion and specialize. Specialization is key. I've seen many engineers coming. There are almost 1.5 million engineers come out of India, but there are another 5 million commerce, arts, other students are coming out of the India every year. And such 5 to 6 million people, guys, if you need a job market, you're competing heavily. I'm not looking at 98%. I'm not looking at 96%, nor that I came from IIT guys for that matter. I respect IIT guys are doing extremely well, no doubt about it, but every one of you can do extremely well, guys. There is nothing. I'm not going to carry, you show me 98% and somebody shows me I can solve this problem. I'm going to hire the person who solves the problem. I'm not interested in 98%. Trust me. So do everybody does it. Everybody hires you for your skills, not for how many degrees certificate you have. That's required for the basic knowledge, but that's not the beginning. Okay, that's probably the end there, but not the beginning. Beginning, you have to market yourself. Okay. Anything else? Next
Yeah.
one.
The next question is, how do firewalls work and what type of firewalls are commonly used?
Firewalls worked and firewalls coming. We are going technical, guys. And technical, don't want to attend there, something which I can address. There are so many things. You should know the concept of DMZ. What's DMZ stands for. So once you understand the DMZ, then you'll be able to understand your technical landscape. Do you need a firewall? You're in the AWS. Today, people are in cloud, how the cloud firewalls are working. There are firewalls in the cloud environment for the privatizations. You have the private space creation using firewalls. So firewall have multiple uses. You are doing the PCI, payment card industry compliance. You may install multiple firewalls within your internal network too. So it depends upon your purpose, depends upon your end goal, your firewall change. A firewall, once again, understand, firewall is a unit, correct? It's a technical unit. You're configuring it for your processes and the objectives to be achieved. Firewall in itself is a dabba, okay? Nothing else, with some logic there. And now you're basically putting rules. The first rule is deny all, then start accepting. Depending upon where you put it, again, you have to understand the OSI layers. Accordingly, you can play with it. That's a high-level answer for you. I can always answer in granular details. You have to join, basically, one of the technical classes we do, we go deep down into the OSI layers for multiple days, because if you do not understand OSI layer, forget the cybersecurity. You will never find a solution in cyber space. But you guys have additional question, do type it there, okay? We'll address it. Go ahead, Sagar.
It's a
Sagar, let
direct
me see my
question
schedule
from.
1 minute, okay?
Yes, sir.
Just let me see my schedule. Hold on a second. My screens are blocked. Hold on. Sure. Yeah, I have time. I have another 30, 40 minutes. Yeah, go ahead. Quick. No problem.
It's a direct question from Sakshi. She texted me directly. Is coding required for cybersecurity?
Okay, so good question, guys. Cybersecurity is a very broad word, and cyber has technical, non-technical aspect. I told you, one out of 180% job non-technical, 20% technical. In India, fortunately, unfortunately, everybody's in the technical because that's where the market is working. People have a belief, when I have to solve the problem, that means I have to buy a technology and implement the technology, my problem is solved. And still the company gets hacked because of the risk management, process knowledge, basic knowledge of the fundamentals. Yes. So a question to you that you can be in cybersecurity. I'm personally, I'm cybersecurity. I don't do coding at all. I don't think so. You saw my background there. No, I tell the coders what to code, what I want and what to achieve. You don't need. You don't need is a one piece of it. That doesn't mean that you should not be knowledgeable about it. If your background allows you to be extremely well about it, yes. But I do understand GRC, governance, risk, compliance. That's a huge field in the cybersecurity compliance. Compliance is another huge field. Compliance as cybersecurity compliance. compliance, business compliance, compliance as risk management. You go to the bank is always doing compliances. So not required. Scripting is one of the part in cybersecurity. So you're using SIEM tools. There are some of the SIEM tools in the past, like Splunk, highly scripted. You need a knowledge of scripting. But now the technologies are there. Without scripting, you can do it. Anybody can do on SIEM tools. You can just drag and drop technologies are being low code. Low code technologies are available, solves the problem. Python is also helping in SOAR. You always hear the SOAR. SOAR is nothing but the Python. You have rules, you automated the rules using Python. Repetitive tasks within the SOAR are automated. Now, I'm intentionally not going to tell you full form of SOAR, SOAR. Go and find out. That probably starts your journey in the cybersecurity. Once you look for SOAR, you'll start going back, front and back. You'll find more information about it. So go and look for word SOAR, SOAR. Okay, and that will give you the more idea, but not required, guys. 80% of the job not required. Let somebody come in front of me, challenge me. I'll tell you why. I'll explain him why. Guaranteed. Yes, market is huge. Technology companies bring the product. I have product in the market. I have GRC products in the market. I have AWC. We have AWC scanners in the market. But we still tell the people that, hey, this is only as good as your process. Okay, and sustainability. Next one.
Okay, the next question is from Atharva Anand Bhosle. He want to know what is the first step to start a career in cybersecurity.
See the screen. Okay, next one.
The next question is what skills and certifications are most valuable for someone looking to enter the field of cybersecurity? What
I think
skills?
I answer the first question, which I say see the screen and this one together. You should know what you want, first of all. I told you that do some marketing, do some self. What is the word for that self? Hold on a second. I'll give you the word for self. Yeah. You're lucky if I have it here. Give me a second. I think it's very important for it. I'm studying this, guys, in the background for you guys in India, how to do all these things, how to write a resume. Early stage, I'm writing here. We are creating a program on how to write a resume for the college people. Self-discovery, building your professional foundation, navigating the job market. These are the three things we want to bring it to your attention as a student as to how you go into this world. Then you start looking at this purpose. Now, I don't want to spend time because this is raw, guys. Do not take a copy. But self-discovery as to what you want to do is very critical for you guys. Very critical as to what is your interest. Now, interest can change. Do not go worry about it. Do not even worry about it that, hey, what happened? My interest is now different interest. That's quite common. Sometimes you're not able to find out how the career goes to 2, 3, 4 changes in your lifespan. That's perfectly fine, because till you find the right balance, you start looking at stuff, start trying to understand what you're going to do. But as I said it in the beginning here, navigate the job market. You do want to understand how the market is, what's exactly you like to do. There's a ton of information. What was the second question?
Sorry, sir.
What was the second question, Sagarika?
So there is a question from Akshada Gaikwad. She texted me directly. Are you provide any cybersecurity courses? If yes, then please tell us any trusted cybersecurity institute places where we can get a good knowledge of cybersecurity.
Yes, sir. Don't go anywhere. Come to CSC Council. Okay, now I'll be selfish marketing person. But look, I studied the cybersecurity market in India. I saw the courses. I have employees who have joined me. I don't know why did they spend money on this much money on the courses. They are not. They were not there. They're not there. One of my employee was a programmer, computer engineer. She came with a cybersecurity course, and I told her that I don't think so. You should do cybersecurity. I thought you should go and React and the website designing other areas, because she was really, really good at it. After 2 years now, she's with us and she's one of the biggest programmer on our programs. And she knows stuff, she understands. Not only today, she's a good programmer. She now works with the German companies, explaining the product, explaining what the product is capable of doing. She also works with the French, and she now has an international exposure to talk to the people internationally. I admire her. I'm giving her example because she's really, really good at it. She's really doing well. And I really like the way she has improved herself within 3 years. She writes very polished English. Her grammar is extremely well. I think what you want to achieve is that a balance, not just education, but exposure. That's a very critical word, exposure. You have to have good exposure, good people around you. The program you have on our SWIP, which you offer CSC Council, connect with Sagarika. Since you are touch base with Sagarika, Sagarika will give you very good example. And as we start with the foundation one, so we already have signed up some of the colleges. We have 15 colleges in the pipeline where we are actually going to do program directly with them and working with these colleges. Some of these colleges, we call it nodal colleges. That means they are the centers where we are exponentially building a lot more cybersecurity centric approaches, heavy labs, center of excellences, uh, much more heavy labs with the computers after computers. We are going to do that with the help of the colleges. And believe me or not, I'm getting help from the college professors in doing this one. This is very important for us. They are actually helping me, guiding me, educating me, telling me what to do and how the India system works, how the Indian system you can bring this up, what can you do. Right from the I said, we are not driven by pricing, we're not driven by fees. We are already told that hey, if you are uh, army, military, navy, uh, son of somebody who has sacrificed life there, and we are son, child, criminals, our education will be free for them. We're not going to charge any money for them. So basically, we are driven by the education. And anything you see, I'm 100% sure once you complete the course, you will contribute to our courses yourself. This is what is happening. And I'm thankful to Dr. Bode, Dr. Chupade. Dr. Chupade is extremely thankful to him that he has done extremely so much of contribution. Dr. Varsoya in Bombay, Dr. Prem Kumar. There are so many names I can take. Dr. Radhika, all these people. There are so many I shouldn't miss. Dr. Sonawane, Dr. Kulkarni. They're guiding me left, right, center, guys. We started this barely 3 4 months we put into it, and suddenly we are so much bigger that we don't know how we are going to scale up. But there are a lot of students who already started working and helping us. So student chapter is literally to help us to scale it up much more rapidly, bring up the best of the best knowledge. I had a discussion yesterday with a college in South in Chennai. I don't want to name it. And somebody told her that people should do so and so course for. I said, no, that's a very wrong advice. You shouldn't be doing that course for. That course doesn't even teach that subject at all. It's not there even, not required. And you don't need to spend money on those courses. Again, they're going to spend 30 to 50,000 on that course, which is not required at all, at all, at all. 100% no, 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 no. And I explained her why no also, because she's a professor, she's a doctor. So we have to perfect each other knowledge, correct? So follow this, what you see on the screen. This path is well established. I put a lot of heart and soul to understand this system and say that what is exactly wrong in the system. And I have support from all the CIOs and CEOs. I have support from almost 200 CIOs in the industry there who are actually basically going to help us hiring our people. I'm not worried well about internship and all that. I'm more about getting the full jobs to the people in the specific areas. And we are quite capable of doing it, guys. Okay, go ahead, Sagrika.
Divansh Mutta also texted me directly. What will be the future scope as compared to data science and cybersecurity? What should a student should choose? A data science course or a cybersecurity course?
This is a very good question. Nothing is stagnant. I said that careers can change, spans can change, things can happen. I started when internet was not there. Probably there was no video phone calls, correct? Was I ready for video phone calls of today? Did I know the technology? Technology is going to evolve 100% much more rapidly. So you have to evolve along with the technology too. You can't be stagnant. So data science, hey guys, think it is outdated within 2 years, max 2 years. Cloud, 5 years ago, cloud, cloud, cloud. We say it in US, correct? Thing starts here with a loud big bang. And once that entire big bang is over, we always have to find next thing because everywhere there's a money involved after some time. And everybody wants to have that piece of pie. Okay. The language we speak about forming companies, the language we speak about scaling companies, the language we speak about here in California. I'm not in California, I'm in Texas, but California leads all these things. And whatever starts there, that's as a trend. Current trend is what? Artificial intelligence, data science. That's it. Now, after some time, what? Data science will get matured. There will be all data scientists. And then what? And by the way, we are way behind, correct? All this first starts with the big companies in America and then starts with India as more people are required. More and more people are required, the things are starting there. But essentially, when it comes to the foundation and core, it starts more in the different parts of the world. Of course, nowadays it starts in Bangalore too. I'm working with some companies in Bangalore, which I like the technology. I'll say this is where we can make the technology. This is what we can do. This is what we can do together. But you have to evolve here. You can't say that tomorrow is that. But cybersecurity, hey, it's going to stay here ever. You are going to get hacked all the time. Doesn't matter which technology you bring. It doesn't matter. Risk management is always going to stay so far, so company stays there. As well as it doesn't matter what technology you bring it. There is never a single technology today, tomorrow, in future which is fully security proof. So I can guarantee you, cybersecurity jobs are going to be there. We are not. We're not going to go away. Rather, I won't be in this career if I've not studied that career. We are in AI, but we teach AI, we teach data science. But I can tell you that quantum engineering is the next, and it's already happening. If you've not heard about quantum engineering, there are only few computers in quantum, Japan, IBM, Google, HP. I don't know whether they have a quantum computer too. Of course, those are the quantum computers, which are basically, but what is quantum? It's all about processing speed, highest processing speed, basically. So in quantum, what are you going to use? We are going to learn about a technology which has to do with the processing, correct? And now you ask me about the hardware job. You know how much cooling is required for the AI chips? If you look at the AI chip servers or GPUs, where GPUs are mounted, okay? And if you look at that, they use nitrogen for cooling, that much of cooling required. So imagine how much hardware jobs will also come. Like jobs is not an issue. What you want, what you like, and how much specialization you guys are going to. Once again, there are 400 people here at this time after the event is over. Again and again, I'm telling you guys, it doesn't matter if you got 40%, 50%, 60%, 20%, 30%, you failed, you flunk. Design your career with specialization. Find your niche. Go for it. Let me see your blogs. Let me see your white papers. If you don't get a job, call me. I will call for you and get you the jobs. There are hundreds of calls I'll make for you. Next one. Of course, when I say I'll make a job, I'll make international calls for you. I can call in US also and get a job in US also. Not impossible for me. Okay, good, Sarika. Next.
So there is a question from Aniket Kushwa. He's writing, he's working as a network engineer. So is it good to switch his career to cybersecurity?
Yes, 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 yes. 100 times yes. Yep. You'll get bored in networking. In cybersecurity, you'll not get bored. That's one answer because it's evolving. Network is one of the good area in cybersecurity. It's always there, always fun, always solving the problems. And the problem is never the same. Okay. If you like that inquisitive approach, okay, if you want to have a life of like, okay, start at 8 o'clock in the morning, close at 6:30 in the evening, then eat lunch twice, then go for the weekend movies, and then do this one, spend time, have a movies and all that. I think that's not your line because cybersecurity will keep you awake. It will keep you alert. It will keep you engaged. It will keep you practicing. You will have a name in the market once you're famous. People will call you. Okay, next one. Sagrika.
So again, it's a question from Akshada Gaikwad, direct question, how to get admission in CSC Council?
Now go ahead, talk to Sagrika. Don't worry about it. Sagrika will answer your
Yes,
question.
I'll
One
get
man
in
show you.
touch. Don't worry, Akshada.
Yeah,
And there
Akshada.
is a last question, like I took it, I have not yet taken the question. What is the demand for cybersecurity professionals changing and what trends should people be aware of?
India is way behind in cybersecurity. Look at China. Look at the other countries. Have you ever heard from the newspaper or somewhere? I don't know how much you need. There are hackers from India hacked something. No, nothing. We are traditionally we don't need to be in that space, but I'm saying is that we are way behind the curve, way behind. Question is that uh, it's just getting traction, literally traction. We are still scratching the surface. So if you are in this line now, probably within 7 8 years, you can call your friends here who are in the Java or other design or other aspect and ask them do the salary comparison. I can guarantee you'll be much ahead of it. much ahead of it. We have jobs now. We don't have people. Hundreds and thousands of jobs. We don't have people. I don't know what we are, how we are we going to get it. And they get rejected left, right, center. We wanted one guy specialized in scanning, Nessus scanning. This is technical now. And then once the output report comes to interpret that report, the guy knew scanning, but guy never knew interpretation of the report. What am I going to do with it? One who cannot understand the output of the tool. Scan, I can run it. Put the IP address, put this one, type this one, run it, report comes. That's not the knowledge. That's something anybody can do it. Okay. Good. Sorry. Next one.
Okay, Varad had sent some questions. So he texted me, please take my question. So I'm just checking whether I have skipped that question.
No, we'll take all the see the common question, skip them, and take the uncommon question quickly.
So he's asking, can we arrange some virtual workshops? Because keeping the student engaging in virtual workshops will be more better.
See, what are the questions tonight? You can't do virtual workshops and everything, your foundation. What am I going to speak with you? If I tell you do something and you start, I'm speaking apple, you speak oranges, or you speak grapes. There's no wavelength, no, to spend time with you, to do the virtual workshop and all that. See, you need to speak the same language. This is like I'm going among the lawyers and I'm saying I'm a specialized in GRC. Lawyer says I'm a specialized in state planning. We don't know what we are speaking to each other, correct? So question is that, first of all, you have to have a common language, common understanding to engage in any of those kind of workshops, everything we're trying to do. Once you have basic understanding, we're on the basic wavelength. People will spend time with you. People will spend time and engage with you if you're that caliber. I don't know whether you typically see what Maya Nilkanthan has done. Correct her name in the guitar space, correct? And if you see that girl, what she has achieved at the age of 10. So there is not a single guitarist who doesn't know her by name, correct? At the age of 10. So that's something which you should strive for. That's like, she decided that's my line. She decided that's my specialization. At the age of 10, she's everywhere in the world. So you guys have to basically practice, decide this is my niche. Workshops are there. Our student chapter is exclusively trying, but I told you we have nodal centers which are formed. We already signed a deal for the nodal centers in colleges around. We are working with so many colleges, and if you get one way or in other touch with Sagarika as your contact, Sagarika will start putting, see, guys, we just started signing 15 colleges. We're trying to follow the protocols and everything will come on the website, and then we'll find the nearest place for you. And I'm sure the professors will engage with you and try to tell you what to do. And we will also try to make sure that, guys, it's not about whether you pay us, what we get. You get a right place to study the right way and right opportunity. Doesn't matter whether you have a laptop in house or not. And if you have a laptop in the colleges where you can scale yourself up, I think that's a dream come true for us. Because if we guys make you succeed by making those things which you don't have today and making them available and scale up. So yes, of course, workshop is included, no doubt about it. But it's at what stage, when, and how. Those are the things which will scale it up very surely. And we are maturing, okay? And I always welcome to the student who are so proactive in this space. Come and join us, help us here, and we'll scale up together, because we are looking for a lot of volunteers for our student chapter. And I need volunteers for student chapter. So we are almost 300 people still here, 325. Any of you guys are interested in helping us, just go email Sagarika. It doesn't matter what part of the country you are, you can equally contribute. And that may be your beginning of your journey itself, you just don't know. Okay, go ahead, Sagarika, next.
So there is a question from the live chat, YouTube live streaming chat. What is important to focus? Basic knowledge about cybersecurity, or we should know deep knowledge also about it? Even what job we have is not related to cybersecurity.
There's nothing like deep knowledge. You can't get deep knowledge on day one. You're always a beginner's paradise. Even today, some companies caution me, or some companies have a approach to their employees. They should not use word expert when they write or speak about themselves. They should not write, we are experts in this field, in a promotion presentation. because they say that expertise, achieving expertise is a fluid. You can't call expert in anything because you are always learning. So there is nothing like deep, deep, and deep. Deep, you go reach here, you're going to find another 10. You go reach there, you're going to another find 10 because you're not, your reach is limited now. So your deep probably is what you visualize as deep. But what me in this space after 30 years visualize is completely different. So what I'll say is that you have to start somewhere. Moment you start finding your road, you will start driving. You will start driving. You don't have to worry about destiny. And every destiny is about your self discovery also, correct? How much time you want to spend, how much family time you want, how much you want to put a time for your community, how much you want to time for education. All this balance will decide how fast and where you can go. So at each point in your life, as a career, as a family person in future, you have to decide different steps you want to take it and accordingly move. Don't try to run too fast. Basic foundation, then next scale it up, scale it up, scale it up, and then you'll find your way. And again, you can't be Jack, a uh, master of everything. We say very kind of, hey, Jack of all trades, master of none. You need to be master of something, and then you start finding out, hey, this is it. This is where I'm going to do. Somebody asked me about question about network, and I said, go for it, cybersecurity, because I know that the basic fundamental knowledge of this gentleman in networking is going to be highly useful for him in his cybersecurity space. So he has already achieved one part, but he need to have spent at least 2 to 3 years in that networking before he call himself that I'm a network security person, correct? Otherwise, he'll get thrashed very quickly. So you need to understand what you want to do. Okay.
So there is a question from Saurav. He is an electronics and telecommunication student. So he's asking, being an electronics telecommunication student, what are the ways to go into cybersecurity and what is important to study?
See, guys, this question is common. 320 people, 300 people still here. I can answer the question. When you got into electronics engineering, you did your self-study, correct? And you found a way. Finding a way should not be a question in your life at this stage. At this stage, you should be speaking about how do I scale it up? Okay. Uh, the reason behind, I'll tell you one thing. When you are not able to decide something at this stage in your life, probably you start doing it very quickly. And this is not this is a problem I faced when I had a very first session in India. And I asked the classroom of 100 people or 120 to be very precise, and asked them, what do you want to do in a career? I couldn't get the answers. They were literally, what is my first job that becomes my career? And I said, "Oh, but okay, where are you going to take your first job? What do you want? What do you like?" And so much we are left it to the unknowns that I have met people who actually completed engineering and a very good score, and now they're supporting what um, they are creating tickets for the laptops which are not working. And I felt very sad. This job pays them good amount of money, but that's not what you want. That's not what you want. So immediately what you want to do, take a job which is in need of power, start scaling up. So when it comes to cybersecurity, everything is in front of you on the screen. I kept the screen on. That's where your journey starts. You basically start from some basic knowledge and some foundation knowledge. That's how you're going to start. Then you do the same evaluation of the market and then start from there. See, what you heard for the last 1.5 hour probably took almost 10, 12, 15 years for me to figure out as to how this is going to happen. So I want to transfer that knowledge quickly to you guys and just save your so many years of life and just get into the stream. We employ a lot of programmers which are React, full stack developers and all that to do our programs, correct? We never failed because there is a line these guys can scale it up too. So whatever you do it with a passion, do it with a dedication, find the right job where you're skilled, and find a job which you find very repetitive where you're not learning, leave it immediately. You're not going to scale up. You are not learning anything, then that's not the place you want to be. Repetitive job, same job every day for the next 1 year. Oh, you're not. Despite promotion, I would say that's leave. Next 5 to 8 years, 5 years at least in your career, look for the alternative. Start finding out your niche and start specializing in the niche. So why cyber? Because there's not much people there, guys. There is a very much lack of people. You can get millions of people right now, and there are jobs available. Go ahead, Sagarika, some last few questions, one or two. I need
Yes.
at least 10 minutes before the next one.
So there is a direct question from Sakshi again. What she want to know, it is often said cybersecurity needs experience because it is hard to crack jobs for freshers. So from where and how will freshers get their experience in this respective domain?
Uh, Sakshi, very wrong. Use cases which we create in the lifestyles. When we work with you guys, we are going to give you use cases. Just to I give you example, Sakshi, what did I tell you? A company has a problem. Somebody creates the fake sites, collects the money, and so on. If you are going to give me a solution, who's not going to hire you, Sakshi? I will basically teach you something and put you on this project. And I say, Sakshi, I'm giving you 1 month. Look at this project and decide a solution. Okay, I'll not pay you for 1 month. Put your 1 month, invest your 1 month. Treat that you're studying still. Now you study for 1 month without pay and find a solution. Who's not going to hire you? See how to get the opportunities in your hand. I had to find my first job to talk by speaking with somebody. I told him that, sir, I'm so and so. I'm from India. My education is so and so, but I'm interested in a company. Give me 6 months of time. If you do very well, double my salary. If I don't do very well, allow me to go. I will go back to my country. That's it. He gave me opportunity. I doubled my salary. And that started my journey where I'm in front of you today. But if you ask me before that job where I was at, I probably was sitting in the same place where you're sitting today. And may not be even that polished place today because we never had even flat for that matter. Maybe I was sitting in a chala and never had a laptop even. So look, it just starts somewhere. It doesn't matter. It will fall in the line. Just start somewhere. It's not about experience or something. Don't take it for granted. When you went to the college, not a single person you see exist in the world started with the pre-experience and then got job. Everybody got into the system and the system has to be nurtured for your personal benefit. You have to be a little bit selfish in this whole place to survive, but at the same time, you also be uh, having the right company next to you, get the right people next to you, collaborate, cooperate, form the group, create white papers, start writing the blogs, and take it there. I don't, social media, I never dispute, guys. I like social media because I may not be Generation Z. Most of you guys are Generation Z. How to take the advantage of social media for your personal purpose, go for it. Go for it. That's something you should do. That doesn't mean that I'm able to convince my daughter in that matter. No, you guys are Generation Z. You will do what you want to do, but I can only advise you what to do. So go and scale up yourself. No need for explain. And some of your questions, actually, I can take it personally. You can get in touch with me afterwards, or Sagarika can address it. Any other questions, Sagarika? I literally can spend another 1 minute or 2 minutes.
Yeah, one last question from Apurva. What is suggestion for freshers?
See, fundamentals are always key. Anything you do in life, I'm not saying whether cybersecurity or anything, your fundamental has to be solid. Something you should love all the time, guys. You should not have be like a salah in language, in our language. When you love somebody, love with the whole heart, correct? So you have to have love for the education also. Do it with a passion. Do it with something you want to do it. Otherwise, half here, half there, don't know where it's going. That train is always going to be always a half destiny. You just don't have destination for that. So you start with something, you do it with a passion, you like it, you will find a way. You will always find a way. You join this webinar, correct? I don't know how you got to know about it, but then question is that starts your journey. Get in touch with me, connect me on the LinkedIn, see what I like, what I post, what other people are posting, find your niche, see the comments, and then suddenly you'll find after like 20, 30 days, you will call me and saying that I got very busy nowadays because I found what I need to do. But if you want to do cyber, we got into cyberspace because there's a lack, and that's the where we said everybody must know foundation part 1 and 2 first. Then we know how to guide you based on your likes and dislikes and 1 and 2. We can tell you guys, should we move to third or should we move to fourth, fifth, and sixth, and seventh and eighth? Like that. Those are the numbers which is this thing. That's how you guys are going to scale yourself. Okay.
So Aditya sent one last question to answer. He has sent a request. Last question, please.
Go
So
ahead.
people are doing lot of courses nowadays. Like, can you please assure that we won't be ever unemployed, like the unemployed engineers sitting in India, if you are
Okay.
specifying something in cybersecurity?
I'll take that question, guys. I'll take that question. Very nice question. Unemployed engineers.
Many people do courses and still are unemployed. So
Question is that doing courses is not the end in itself. That's where the wrong definition is that. And I've been trying to, guys, tell you right from the beginning is that you have to go and look at that Maya Nilkantan. Go and see that guitarist girl and watch her. I see generally, I look in my life who can influence my life. And that young girl influences my life too, because I see what she has done at what age and how she started. Who was her teacher? Her dad had some idea about guitar and he was telling the girl. And then he told her, go to YouTube and learn from the YouTube. She learned from the YouTube, correct? And now she has a teacher. Now she's mastering. But at the age of 6 to age of 10, within 4 years, she mastered the art of, of heavy metal by YouTube. And she is able to reproduce in front of the biggest guitarist when they give her the tune. And she can basically, in the one take, she's able to play that tune on heavy metal, which is next to impossible. In realistic term, if you really understand guitar, really understand music, and really understand at the age of 10, copying somebody as is impossible. Copying somebody as is impossible. Forget about creative aspect, because if she can copy, she can create. That's 100% because that's the experience she's gaining. Now, if you look at that girl 10 times, that's itself will encourage you to do something differently. So what I'm trying to drive, guys, what's your motivation? Getting a job is your motivation, and that's why I'm doing the course. Then where is your mastery in that? I can tell you that, okay, you'll get an internship, entrance, and what is the apprenticeship, and I can promise you job and get a job which pays nothing to you. That's not your objective, guys. Your objective is going to scale up. Getting job is not your end. Getting job is probably the beginning of your career, correct? So what you want to achieve, first of all, is that mastery in the subject. I already said in the beginning that, guys, jobs will walk to you the way you write your resume. And that's why another training programs which you're creating, which is, I actually went with very great people, Dr. John, Patricia, Catherine, Vicky, all these people I started connecting. All these names I'm taking from US, but at the same time, I can take from Avinash in India. I spoke to Nihar. I spoke to many people. These are all CIOs and CEOs of 2,000 to 11,000 crore companies, CIOs of Siemens, CIOs of name the company. And I asked this question, people, what's exactly is a gap here? And they said, you're not getting right people, not getting right people. I said, define people, saying that people in the stage where we can actually nurture them and develop them to take over the responsibility with a very good foundation, very good knowledge foundation, one who can understand, one who can speak the same language. Guys, if you go that one, I can put you in front of any company. And then you tell me that you can pass the interview or not. You have to name that after some time, sir, I have this, these are my blogs, these are my white papers, this is what I've done. See, I recently started with a batch with a student. And the second batch, I told him, go and write the blogs and give me your white paper on the subject. For the subject, which I literally spent only hour and a half with them. I said, go take this hour and a half, go do your research. And oh, we have our own library, guys. I forgot, called cybersecuritycommunity.org. You should go to csccommunity.org. Is a register. It's a free. You have a ton of information there. You can read it whatever you want. We tell the people to go to library, research, and write the paper and show me your white paper. And within my 1 minute, my next batch is actually started. I'm already late. But the question is like this one, guys. If you show me the mastery and if you show me your capability to write by just reading your blogs and knowledge, I will get to know where you are. One phone call, I'll put you in front of any. You tell me the company you want to interview. I say, okay, out of this 5 company, I have one relation. I will call the gentleman and tell you to go. I met somebody in Dubai recently. She was a young lady with 1 year experience from Himachal Pradesh, did the engineering, and I met her in Dubai. The way she explained me the product, I said, I want to be in touch with you. Her name is Amisha. Amisha. And I told Amish, I want to be in touch with you, connect with you on LinkedIn, and I'm going to put in front of the 2000 crore company CEO directly for the interview. Because what you do, I like it, I love it. I think you're exceptional in your skills. You're the best contributor for this company, and I'm sure he will hire you because I'm telling him to hire you. Can I say about you like this one? Come and let me say about you. I'll get you 100 jobs, not one. But be there. And she did not study with me, guys. I have nothing to do with young lady. I just met her first time. The kind of the way she said it, way she explained. And then I met two guys, young guys from Indore too. Those guys are brilliant, both the brothers. Also spoke with them. I'm quite in touch with these people. I love young people when they are dynamic. Go ahead, Sagrika. I think Sagrika is already at my idea. I have to go. Okay, go ahead. Next. Last one. You're on mute.
So Sakshi, Apurva, and Akshita, they all send a thank you note to you, sir, for clearing all their doubts and questions.
By the way, I'm thankful for 246 people are there. At one point in time, we were more than 500. I don't know. We have Zoom license for only 500. 1,400 people registered. Register for all my sessions. We're going to do it every week or every 2 weeks. I have ongoing session. In some session, I'm in the session 5th. I'm in the session 1 or 2, where I speaks about a little bit of basics, create your interest, guide you on your career, and take it to the next level. I'm just waiting for student. I need a help with student chapters. So go and sign up. Message Sagarika. Let me give you Sagarika's email ID and the phone number, guys. 1 minute before you go. In your career, two things are important. Email ID of Sagarika and email ID of Shweta. It can change your life, guys. More than my email ID. Be in touch with Sagarika. I really owe to Sagarika a lot because she is the one who has happened to build the bridge between you and me, guys. She got me very close to you guys. Shweta, another thankful person to her because Shweta is able to support with entire backbone of the technology as well as guide Sagarika. Sagarika works with the colleges, all the deans, professor, everywhere we feel we can do the work. And then Shweta makes it happen in reality in the back end. And I'm the one who's spending time with you guys and making sure you are up to state of the art. You get the best of the best knowledge. I know how to conquer in the discipline. Student chapter came from one doctor. After he listened to my 2 sessions, he said, Charu, I want you to form the student chapter. We're targeting 1 million people on the student chapter. So you must join because not only me, we'll see a lot of people from the other countries speaking to you. I just spoke this morning, Dr. Renner in Germany, and I told him that, can you speak to my people? And he said, yes. He said, I'll speak with them, Charu, I'll guide them. He specializes in some technology related to motor vehicle industry and the cybersecurity. He can learn you. So one industry, cybersecurity specialization, and you can go to Pune and get the job in Pune. If you're in that space, you know what I'm speaking about, or in Chennai also, because there is a big motor vehicle industry. So wait for things to happen. Give us some time. We're limited by hands. If you guys are ready to help, and it doesn't matter, you are programmer in, also you can help even though you're not going in cybersecurity. It doesn't matter whether knowledge is the key, guys, here. Even if you do not go in that discipline, again, knowledge is the key. Attend this one, let your ears listen to something. It's always going to help you. Even if you are working on React, application security is always the critical. You'll have the handy knowledge there, interpretation. Okay, I have to take a break, guys. Thankful, Sagarika. Thank you, Shweta.
Dr. Ravindra has sent us thank you note to you, sir.
Yeah. Are you
Thank
still
you
there,
so
Dr.
much.
Ravindra? Are you still there?
Yes, he's there.
Okay,
Thank you
thank
so
you.
much for your time.
Yep. Thank you, Sagarika. Thank you, Shweta.
Thank you,
All
sir.
the people who are still there, all 231. In fact, it again went up. At one point of time, it was down and some people rejoined.
In
So,
YouTube also more than 250 people were there, sir. YouTube
oh
live.
my goodness. YouTube live session, 250 people. Wow. So almost 700 people you clocked, Sagarika. That's great. That's really nice. I think I love it.
Yeah.
Love it. I think I'm very happy spending so much of time with you guys. Guys, I need a break. I've been speaking for longest. Actually, I had visitors from India in my house. They stayed for 5 days. I could not even say bye to them, but they just left, actually. I couldn't take a break from you guys. So I really appreciate that, Ishika. All the best in your career, whatever you do. Once again, you get stuck, then you call Sagarika, call me. If you're not stuck, go sell yourself. Sky's the limit. You're always going to face mountain of waves in your life. Just keep going, and you are going to reach one shore or the other. You'll find your destiny. If you're lost, call me. Call me, and then I'll put you on the track. Don't worry about it. Okay, we can do it. As Indians, we can do it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for being there and take it as a first step towards success. Work on it. Okay.
Bye. Sure, I'm leaving. I have to leave. Bye, bye,
Yes.
bye, bye, guys. Bye.